We'll just wait, Doctor, for 1-2 minutes to have attendees, Doctor. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining this session. Dr. Huma, you can start.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Building Affinity workshops that are intended to invest in our community. My name is Dr. Huma. I'm an assistant professor in Abu Dhabi University. So today's topic is very interesting, and it's very, you must be hearing it quite a lot. It's about augmented reality and virtual reality. There is another word which is very commonly used with it, which is mixed reality as well, and then extended reality. So today's aim of this topic is to sort of introduce you to these words and introduce you to the concept, what this actually is. So VR, AR, and MR. What is the buzz? What why is it you are hearing these words quite a lot? Now, virtual reality and augmented reality are the concepts which are not really new. They have been around us, for a while, but they have become more commonplace now because of the advancement in the technology. Uh, they have one thing in common. They both, the AR and VR, they both have this remarkable ability to alter our perception of the world, right? So basically, it's your world, the way you see it. That's what's changed in AR and VR. Now, how they differ with each other is actually the perception of our presence, how we are present in that world. So if a common example that I can use to explain you the concept of AR VR would be scuba diving and going to the aquarium. Scuba diving. How do you go into the water and you are immersed by the ocean and the fishes and the corals and everything, and then you are from the outside. You're looking at the aquarium. So basically, in virtual reality, you can swim. It'll seem like that you're swimming with the sharks. Whereas in augmented reality, it'll be like the shark is actually popping out of a business card. So that's the difference. So, in short, if I say your virtual reality is more immersive and your augmented reality is not immersive, okay, it is from the outside. I'll delve deeper into this. I'm just introducing you the concept. So if you think about it, what is, augmented reality, what is virtual reality, a lot of things, come into our mind. But in actual, I told you what is the difference. If I talk about augmented reality, it adds a digital element. Okay, it adds a digital element to a live view, uh, often by using the camera on a smartphone. So you have a smartphone or you have some camera, you have an iPad through which you are visualizing the world, and you there are digital elements that are being added into, and it's very common use, in filters and stuff. You must be seeing in a lot of social media applications. As far as the virtual reality is concerned, in virtual reality, it's an immersive environment, as I said, immersive experience, uh, and it shuts out the physical world. So that is the difference. Third one is your mixed reality. In mixed reality, what happens? It's a combination of augmented reality as well as virtual reality. So you are interacting with the real world, with digital objects, but at the same time, there is some element of immersion as well. Now, if you look at this object, before I delve into it, just remember that in AR, it emphasizes more with, um, uh, adding digital elements. Whereas VR, the virtual reality, it emphasizes more on the immersion, okay, or shutting out the real world. And MR, the mixed reality, is actually a combination of these two. Okay, all right. Now, if you look at this image, of augmented reality, because we're going to start now talking about them separately. Now, in augmented reality, as you can see, there are different pictures, and if you look at it, it's actually your real image, your real world image that you're viewing, but something is being added on top of it, right? So, what do you see? Like in the first image, there is some, cartoonic element that is being added with the face, these kind of filters you must have seen. Then for in education sector, augmented reality is being used for decorating your house. There's an application of augmented reality which allows you to place different, furniture items, or even paint colors in your room. Then another application of augmented reality is being able to find landmarks or directions. And I will tell you examples of real world where they have actually been used. So augmented reality, as I said, adds digital content making that it looks like as if it is part of the your physical world around us. So as you can see here in this example, this is an example in IKEA. It is telling you exactly, where are the different product items, how to find the path and stuff like that. Uh, this is actually related to the airport, and this particular application that was developed for Gatwick Airport, and it won many awards as well. This was actually intended to make it easier for the passengers to locate their check-in gate. So just using this application on their mobile phone, they could locate where their particular check-in counter is. So it will show them the exact path. So with AR, this, as I said, the digital world comes to life inside the view captured by your phone or your tablet. Uh, the growth of AR applications, in recent years, it can mainly be attributed to solutions that allow consumers to visualize products and imagine, what it might be. It might feel like to own the product or experience the service before actually purchasing it. So some common examples are, if I talk about like Sephora, this cosmetic company, it allows people to, before purchasing it, the components, you can try out, their products on your face, on your lips, on your eyes. Similarly, as I said, Gatwick Airport passenger app that has won many awards. There are like 2,000 beacons throughout the terminals. Passengers can use those AR maps, from their mobile phone to navigate through the airport. Then there's another AR app for IKEA. It was built using Apple's ArcKit technology, and it allows you to scan your room and design the space by placing, different IKEA furniture items or objects, in your digital image, and you can view how your, room setting is going to look like. So, in order to do this, your augmented reality, it requires understanding of the world around, you. So in terms of both semantics and 3D geometry. Okay. So in 2017, ArcKit was launched by Apple, and the Arc Core was launched by Google for Android. So these are very two famous, augmented reality frameworks for developing different kind of applications. It has been predicted that by 2020, it was predicted, we haven't received the new numbers yet, but 1 billion augmented reality users, would be there. Okay, now talking about semantics and geometry. Now, without geometry, AR content cannot be displayed, at the right place, at the right angle, so which is very essential to make it feel part of the physical world. So we need, different techniques in order to, place the objects at the right place, at the right angle, and to make it more realistic. So semantics is actually answers your what question, like recognizing, first of all, that there is a face, there is some object, right? Geometry is actually where question. It will answer you where question. Now, where the face is in the real world and which way it is facing. Okay, so this is related to geometry. Okay. Now, before I start on this, Arc Core uses three key. I told you Arc Core is a technology which was, proposed by your Google. Okay, for developing AR applications. So Arc Core uses three, different key capabilities to integrate virtual content with the real world. What are those? Motion tracking, your environmental understanding, and your light estimation. Okay, so it does, what it does is it tracks the position of the mobile device as it, as you're moving your mobile phone, it will track the position and it will build its own understanding of the real world. Now, our course motion tracking technology, it uses the phone's camera to identify interfering or interesting objects. And these are called as features. Then it will track down how these points are moving over time. Now, with a combination of the movement of these points and readings from the phone's inertial sensor, this technology determines both the position and the orientation of the phone as it moves through the space. Now, in addition to identifying these features or points, it is going to detect flat surfaces as well, like a table, like a floor, and then it can estimate the average lighting in the area around it. And these capabilities combine to enable our core to build its own understanding of the world around it. Now, our brain is extremely good at understanding the world on the images. So it's very simple. You have your input, your brain, you view it using human vision, you process it, and you can sort of decipher what that object is. Now, as far as the computer vision is concerned, obviously it's not as simple. A lot of computer vision algorithms are supposed to be there to make this happen. Now, if you look at this example, now this is an image from your camera. You look at it, it's like a cereal box. Now, your computer vision or this semantics concept, it is going to recognize that it's a cereal box. Okay, the what question. All right, so okay, what it is, actually, it's a cereal box. Then geometry is going to determine where the box is, okay, and which way it's facing relative to the camera. All right, now this is your computer vision part. Next part is your rendering part. Now you wish to display some digital content on top of this real box. Okay, so you will display the whatever image you wish to put on it, and then eventually you will see an image like that, and this is your AR, augmented reality experience. So seeing is believing, basically. So there are multiple components that go into seeing what we see, which is why computer vision draws from multiple disciplines. You can see computer vision, machine vision, image processing, and then a lot of other disciplines merging together: artificial intelligence, machine learning, robotics, signal processing, physics, maths, neurology, imaging. So, all of them come together. But since I'm just introducing this topic to you and the difference, the basic difference between AR and VR, so obviously we will not be going into too much detail of that. Now, there are several key questions we must ask before a user can interact with the digital world. But we have to remember that one size does not fit all. When it comes to augmented reality, this is very true that one size doesn't fit all. There are several key questions we must ask. What content do we ask on the live camera view, and where exactly should we put that content within the user's view? So obviously the answer to these questions, it depends upon on which application of AR we choose, as each requires different types of user interaction. So there are these different types of AR applications. Some are markerless and some are marker based. Now, in markerless, as you can see in the slide, we just need to display a 3D augmented reality model, which we can do without a marker. So this is called a markerless AR. Now, markerless AR detects objects of a scene without prior knowledge. There is no prior knowledge, okay, of the environment. Visual effects that combine your computer graphics with real world imagery, okay. Whereas the marker based AR, for this, a scan of the object is already provided to it. So this is called as a marker based AR. In some cases, we need to know exactly what the user is looking at. So what you do is, this kind of technology, it requires a static image, which will be called as a trigger photo. That will be scanned using your mobile phone's AR app, and the scan triggers the additional contents, a video, an animation, or 3D prepared in advance to appear on top of the marker. So whenever that marker appears, you know what to display on top of it. And then you have location based AR. So you just need to provide local information, like such as what are the walking directions, or the road signs, or some landmarks, some place you're looking for. Correct. So uh, yeah. So before I end the talk of AR and move on to virtual reality talk, this is some examples I've already told you. This is also one example of this helmet. This is a $400,000 helmet, state of the art, and an airframe which is packed with intelligent sensors. So, which is a major part of your this aircraft F-35. Also in US Army training, they use these concepts of augmented reality to locate the targets and to visualize the environment and to detect which path to follow. So it's very commonly used in many other applications as well. And I've told you, in education sector it is used, just for entertainment it is used quite a lot, for furniture, or for these kind of decorative purposes. IKEA uses this application. Gatwick Airport, I told you. Then this paint company, the Deluxe Visualizer, it helps you choose the shade of paint, for your room, and you can visualize it. Then I talked about the cosmetic company Sephora. I think L'Oreal also have their own app. In medical or health sector as well, there are some incredibly exciting applications for augmented reality in healthcare, from allowing medical students to train on AR environments, to telemedicine options that enable medical professionals to interact with the patient. So this is all about augmented reality, right? So far we haven't talked about virtual reality. Okay, so augmented reality, just to summarize, is adding digital components or digital objects to your real world. Okay, so that is augmented reality. Now moving forward to what is virtual reality. Now, as you can see, it's more immersive. So you will see everybody in these images to be wearing these goggles, right? Or these kind of specialized headsets. In every application you can see for for patients, to give them different experiences, in health sector, in education sector, for or for other different applications. We will talk about them one by one. Now, the term uh, virtual reality refers to a computer generated three-dimensional environment. Okay. Um, so it's all computer generated. So this is basically more of a totally immersive environment that you have. So by simulating, sorry, yeah, okay. So with AR, the digital world comes to life inside the view captured by your tablet or your phone camera. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So that was AR, right? So augmented reality, you place digital components, and you have to have your phone, with which you're viewing, or your tablet. Now VR, it's like a computer generated environment. It would have scenes and objects that would appear to be real, making the user feel as if they are immersed in their surroundings. This environment is perceived through a device which is called as a virtual reality headset or a helmet. Now, VR allows us to immerse ourselves in video games. You've seen it, as if we were one of the characters, learn how to perform heart surgery, or improve the quality of sports training to maximize the performance. So it lets us, immerse ourselves in these virtual environments. And it seems like as if we are actually present there. So this is what I said in the beginning. That's the difference between AR and VR. They both perceive the world differently, but how is your presence shown in both of these two technologies? That's what the difference is. That's where the difference is. So at the current time, there's really only a single manufacturer who is, oh no, that was about the MR. Just a second. Excuse me. So now, by simulating the senses as possible, such as vision, hearing, and sometimes touch, through haptics as well. So you will feel like you're actually touching the environment. So you will be wearing the gloves. You will be hearing things. Okay, that is fine. Seeing digital objects. So basically, computer is transformed into a gatekeeper to a new world. The only limit to a VR experience are the availability of content and computing power. Now, in order to experience and interact with VR, you need, as I said, these kind of gears like a headset, glasses, you can say. You need some gloves to give you the feel of touch. Um, Now, VR technology is used to create immersive experience that can help entertain and even educate consumers. As you can see, this she's wearing gloves to give her the actual feeling of, as if she's touching the objects around her environment. So, outside of the popular gaming use case, VR is also applied in a variety of industries such as medicine, architecture, military, and I will show you, yeah, in the later slides, I will show you the examples as well. VR software is, as I said, it's not just software based. AR was just software based. You're just using that technology on a phone or in an iPad. Whereas VR, it works in conjunction with the hardware to immerse yourself. Now, there are three different types of virtual realities: fully immersive, semi immersive, and non immersive. So, these are all types of virtual reality. As I told you, in AR, there are marker based and markerless AR. But in virtual reality, you have fully immersive, as you can see in the image, complete with head mounted displays, gloves, headphones, and maybe a treadmill or some sort of, suspension apparatus as well. So it gives you, it's completely immersive environment. The real world is completely shut out. Now this is a semi immersive, okay? So experience, it provides users with a partially virtual environment to interact with. Experiences made possible with graphical computing and large projecting systems. This is non immersive, okay? So this is semi-immersive and this is non-immersive. Now this type of VR technology provides users with a computer-generated environment without a feel of being immersed in the virtual world. So you can separate out, that this is, the real world, and you're looking at a computer-generated environment. So these are the basic types of your virtual reality: the basic, the enhanced, uh, hand-based, monitor-based, partially immersive, fully immersive. Now, it does not have to be expensive. You can get a very cheap headset, a Google Cardboard headset, to give you the experience of VR as well for less than $20. There's another one which is by Samsung headset. It scores high on comfort, functionality, and durability while looking awesome as well. So it is under $100. Now, if I talk about the future, of your XR, extended reality. It is actually a combination of your virtual reality, augmented reality, and mixed reality. I did not get a chance to talk about mixed reality. I will show you here. Yeah, in this diagram, as you can see. The third image. So this is a mixed reality. Mixed reality is a combination of the elements of your virtual reality as well as your augmented reality. So as you can see, you will be seeing, there is a software that is playing digital objects in your environment. You're not fully immersed, and it combines. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so yeah. So XR is a combination, some applications would have VR, AR, MR, all of them. Now, this is a very, high-tech XR viewer, and you would see why, we are saying that it will give you the feel of all these technologies together. It feels more like typical glasses while offering a range of enhanced capabilities. So if you have a look at, there's a rare camera to give you, a view of the back. There are speakers, directional speakers. There is tracking and recording cameras. There are multiple high sensitivity audio microphones, eye tracking cameras, ambient light sensors, which is going to obviously, change the lighting according to your environment. Many passive and active cameras with fisheye and telephoto lenses. And as well as a 6 degree of freedom. 6 degree of freedom is called as, you can go up and down and left and right, and you can rotate as well. So this is your 6 degree of freedom. Okay, so these are the different glasses which are used for virtual reality and for these purposes. Yes. Okay. As far as XR is concerned, the HoloLens, which is developed by Microsoft, that is the only device that is available right now to enable XR. This project, an image, it would have image for both the eyes onto transparent lenses. So this, results in a realistic implementation of your 3D images. Now, just to come back and to summarize again, the VR, AR, and the mixed or merged reality. As you can see in the virtual reality, it is a completely digital environment. Okay, you shut out the real world, you are completely immersed. So it is fully enclosed, so there's a synthetic experience with no sense of the real world. As far as you're talking about the augmented reality, real world with digital information overlay. Okay, so real world remains central to the experience, enhanced by virtual details. So you're placing digital components or objects in the real world. Then you have a merged or mixed reality. Real and the virtual are intertwined. So you interact with and manipulate both the physical and the virtual environments. Okay, so this is the concept. So mixed reality, is a combination of your augmented reality and your virtual reality. So if I talk about different projects in Abu Dhabi University, there have been so many capstone projects which are now which have in the past as well worked towards this implementing these concept of augmented reality and virtual reality. Even currently, some projects with respect to health sector and education sector are underway, and a lot is happening. So it's really exciting, this field, and how it is transforming so many different sectors, and a lot of work is being done. A lot of opportunities exist in this area, and I wish that you all take some time to read about it, and get excited by this technology. So I'll end the presentation here. I hope you enjoyed it, and it just give you something to think about. Okay, thank you. Any questions, you can please ask me. Okay. Okay.
Doctor, there's question on Q&A.
Yes, yes. I'm just looking at the chat now. Um, okay. Yes, yes. Okay. All right. So these are more like comments. I can't see. Okay, in the Q&A. Yes. Yes, that's right. Exactly. In Snapchat, and a lot of other, social media applications as well, you will see AR being very commonly used. Yes, currently I'm co-supervising one of the projects in AR and VR, which is related to students' experiences. Because when we move to remote teaching and remote labs, so we wanted to take advantage of this technology in the education sector, and to create a virtual lab environment for these students, where wearing these headset and haptics, they would actually get a feel of placing the components on a hardware board and stuff like that. So one of my capstone projects, they are working on this concept of virtual reality. So it's basically a mix of robotics as well as virtual reality. So it's really interesting how it's happening. How to set up, you mean these technologies? For AR, basically AR applications are used, augmented reality applications, and as I said, different companies who are selling this or this concept, they have their own applications, or like Gatwick, you just have to install that application. Cosmetic company, you just have to install those applications, and you're able to like you can just scan your room and place different furniture objects, or for the makeup, you can please place different colors on yourself and see. So that is for AR. For VR, you need the hardware, as I said, in order to make this happen. Okay. Okay, so ARVR languages, this really depends on how they have developed the applications. Okay, you know that different applications are developed by different languages. So we know that Python is very commonly used, especially as I said that in VR, computer vision is basically used quite a lot. So it is dependent on computer vision, and Python is also a very popular language for developing computer vision. Why? Because it's very easy. It's very easy to develop computer vision applications using Python, because of the built-in libraries and help that is available. For VR, I told you the Google have a very simple $20 cardboard set that you can get and try and experience VR with it. How is VR content created? Okay, so there are different applications that you can use to create that. One of, as I said, VR is a combination of computer vision and then the hardware as well. Um, so there are different tools like Unity game. This is just one software then that can also be used to create these 3D games. And then obviously, but that is one part of it. VR is a combination of a lot of different things. You need the hardware, you need the software, and to be able to create that environment for you. So it's not very simple. One thing that you need to create the content. So yeah, I hope I answered that. An app and mobile phone and wearing it. Yes, exactly. Unity is used for that. Yeah, it depends, what, as I said, for AR, you just need that application and a mobile phone. For VR, you need a lot more. Sorry. Okay. Apparently, if you keep it even silent and there's an alarm, it will ring. So, all right. So, yeah, Unity is used. What's the future of VR? As I told you, VR is being very commonly used for so many applications. I actually, there were some more slides that I wanted to put in it to discuss. Like VR is used for in the health sector quite a lot, um, for rehabilitation of patients. VR is used in it's already being used. If I talk about future, I think they are just going to refine that experience and to make it more um, available and pervasive for common people. Right now it is more application specific. Like in health sector for rehabilitation of patients, they are using VR for stroke rehabilitation of patients, or uh, and as I said, in military, for training purposes, VR is very commonly used. Um, Whereas in education sector, I didn't talk about it, but in UNESCO has launched this application of AR and VR for educating their students, for creating a very dynamic environment for students to learn different concepts. So yeah, so every sector you talk about, you would find an application of virtual reality. No, AR is not expensive at all. You all are using it in Snapchat free of charge. Yeah, so it's just an application, So you don't really need much for AR if you want to use it. If you want to develop it, obviously then it's a development concept, so that's separate. But if you want to be able to use it, then AR is it's nothing. It's just an application that you will find so many free of cost. VR also, I told you, with virtual reality, you would be able to find, very cheap headsets as well. For rehabilitation of patients, so the patients will feel immersive in an environment where they will be more encouraged to make, for example, for physiotherapy. For stroke patients, this is also one of my projects that we are working on. We are not actually totally using VR, but it can be extended to include that. What can happen is that you create an environment for patients where they are encouraged. The problem with normally rehab patients is that they don't feel excited or to continue those trainings, or physiotherapy or whatever activities. So you need to encourage them. So in order to encourage them, you need to create fun environment or fun or immersive environment or activities in which they can then perform those physiotherapy exercises or whatever that is they have to do. So this is just one example that I can give you. Okay. Okay, online courses for beginners. You see, there are. It depends, which particular platform you want to use for AR and VR. So to start with, Python is one language that can help you get started with computer vision and a lot of other applications. Then, if I talk about what was that? Yeah, Unity, game development that gives you a 3D, game development experience. So these are the two things that are coming to my mind just to get you started as a beginner. If you wanna looking at a more complete sort of a package, then I would advise you can look at edX or edulabs, and there are so many other such platforms available where you can find courses by Stanford, by MIT. So there are so many basic level courses to medium level courses to advanced level courses that will literally give you the experience of developing your own application. They go project by project. So there are different platforms, and you can message me separately as well, and I would be able to help you with that, inshallah. Is that all? That was a lot of questions. I had fun answering them, and I had fun delivering it. So yeah, I hope you found it fun, and I really hope that you guys, look up this topic and find something to do with it. It's the future, and so yeah, all the best for that. And I had really fun, giving this lecture. Most welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Rina, can I just?
Yeah, I will end the session now. Thank you, our participants.
Thank you very much.